We've got the yogurt base, fruit, omega-3s, fiber, quick digesting carbohydrates, a little bit of protein, and nuts. This would be something that we can enjoy, digest, and then go out and have some fun without having an upset tummy.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us on One Meal Fits All for Busy Moms.
Do you ever feel like you're in a rush? Like your kiddos are racing off to some sports event or some sort of activity where they have to be really active, like a play date, and you just need to put lunch on the table. I'm Angel. I've been a dietitian since 2012, and my kiddos actually are meeting a friend to swim at about 1 o'clock. So I have about 43 minutes to get them changed and have something to eat before they're super active. Now, I know that it's not like 43 minutes to the dot. They're going to be exercising right away, but I do want to give them something quick digesting. But before we move forward and do any sort of cooking, I want to remind you that all of the information shared today is for general information purposes only, and that it's not a replacement for information from your own healthcare provider. All right, so I was a sports nutrition consultant for the Richmond Olympic Oval for a number of years. And at that time, I was working with predominantly adolescent high-performance athletes. And one of the things I would teach them is that there's a time and a place for different kinds of food. When you are rushing, like we are today, and we're trying to eat something before we go, we want to choose quick digesting foods that are not going to make us feel really, really heavy in terms of our stomachs are still digesting, and it's going to make us feel a little bit not like ourselves when we go and be really, really active. Now, mind you, in all my experience taking care of different kinds of kids, some kids truly, and adults, they truly have something like an iron stomach. They can eat as much or as little as they want before activity, and it doesn't bother them in the slightest. But the majority of people do tend to feel a little bit better when they have an activity if they have something a bit quicker to digest. So this is what we're going to do when we have less time to digest and we just need to have something nutritious as well. So instead of a plain yogurt, what I have today is my kids' favorite. One likes vanilla, one likes strawberry. I happened to go to the supermarket and find that this brand made a vanilla strawberry duo. And so this particular brand does have a little bit of sugar in it, and I'm okay with that. They're really, really active kids, and we try to take out added sugar from other places. And so today what we're gonna do is just allow them to enjoy this vanilla strawberry yogurt as the base. It's quite quick digesting. If your kiddos have super sensitive stomachs and even any sort of solid food might bother them, yogurt might be a good choice because it's this semi-liquid, semi-solid form that will be quicker to digest than solid food, say like a piece of toast, would take a little bit more time to digest. But if they strongly prefer toast, you could easily do like a white bread instead of whole grain bread, because white bread has less fiber and therefore would take less time to digest because you have less time before you go for your sports activity. So there's a time and a place for all kinds of different choices. All right, now just because me and my husband also have to supervise our swimming later, we also should eat a little something. So I'm just gonna make 4. This is our real life. Welcome to our real life. Okay. So that's good. All right, they can always refill. So to make this a little bit funner, we can actually add some different toppings and turn it into like a yogurt bowl. For those of you who are familiar with smoothie bowls or poke bowls, essentially you're just creating something beautiful. So not everyone likes the same thing, but like you can choose. In terms of fruit, I do encourage people to use different kinds of fruits. You can choose frozen or fresh. People with sensitive teeth might want to go fresh. And then the more different colors that you add into your children's everyday kind of variety, the more open and willing they might be to accepting new foods in the future. So I'm putting this in. If they don't eat it, I'm not gonna make a fuss. When we eat, let's just try to enjoy conversation outside of how much are they eating and are they eating enough. We try to veer away from that. Now, we can also add So the fruit is offering a little bit of fiber, nutrients, vitamin C, and then we're just gonna add a row of chia seeds here for a little bit of fiber, but not the kind that will really slow down their digestion. This is something that doesn't bother my kids when I add it in to something and they have an activity after. If your child's very sensitive, you can be more mindful of that, but this will give them some omega-3s, some fiber. For those of you who have tuned into my other videos, you'll know that my kids have a history of constipation. So even at this age, 6 and 8, I'm still very mindful to add a little bit wherever I can. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm sprinkling a little bit of ground flaxseed, again for some omega-3s, but also that nutty flavor that's so delicious. Nutty flavor without the nuts, which my son is allergic or being assessed for an allergy for tree nuts. And if you are someone who enjoys ground flaxseed, I just want to reassure you that when you use ground flaxseed, it's a better choice because when you have ground flaxseed, you're able to absorb the omega-3s as it goes down, versus if you added just whole flaxseed into there, the whole flaxseed would just go right through your digestive tract and those omega-3 oils are not going to get released and absorbed by your body. So if you choose to buy whole, not a problem. You can actually just grind it fresh yourself. Some people use a coffee grinder to do that. I know some people frown upon that, but use what you have, you know? And as busy moms, I find that often it's like there's a million ways that we could improve, so to speak, but who are we trying to impress? Now, they also really like a little bit of cereal, so I'm just gonna make it fun. I bought the spring themed Rice Krispies. So that'll be a nice crunchy element, and it will also add some additional quick digesting carbohydrate to this dish, because our brains and our muscles actually prefer carbohydrate as the first fuel source. So when we're doing something like swimming or walking or engaging in any sort of activity, our bodies will want to use carbohydrates first. And so depending on what we ate preceding, we are either giving our bodies the energy that it needs right away or not. And so sometimes if we are more on the competitive side of things, like if your child is in a competitive sport and whatnot, then perhaps they need to be a bit more precise in planning out their needs. But my kids are just going for a play date, so it's very casual. I just grabbed some roasted but unsalted cashews to add a little bit more protein. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And again, to just bump up a little bit more nutrition density in this quick digesting meal for them. And my son can't have the cashews, but my daughter can, and so can my husband and I. So I could have put them whole, but I find that if I just chop them up a little bit, it tends to go over a little bit easier. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. So this one's my son, so he doesn't get any cashews. And then my daughter. Now, I put an apple here because I figured if some people don't like berries, you can obviously do chopped fruit, but we're in a time crunch, so I don't even want to chop that apple. I just use frozen mixed berries that I have. And that's it. We've got the yogurt base, fruit, omega-3s, fiber, quick digesting carbohydrates, a little bit of protein, and nuts. And if they need more, we can always make seconds. It's really, really quick to make, as you can see. And this would be something that we can enjoy, digest, and then go out and have some fun without having an upset tummy. So I hope it works out for you and your family too. Thanks for joining me.